Test. All right. We should be live. Move my microphone closer to the action. And that is done. There we go. So, I'm going to give it a few minutes while I go over the card for the evening. In our opening match, we will see the debut of Bloody Buddy O'Brien, and he will face off against Paul Pons, who we haven't seen since he lost the European title to Jim Londos. In the second match, we have got Cora Livingston versus Minerva. Minerva makes her return for her second match. Cora Livingston is the inaugural NBBW World's Women's Champion, so quite a pedigree on her. Then we got the Dusek brothers versus who are they fighting? There's two brother teams. It's the Duseks make a little bit of a difference. In our fourth match of the evening, we've got Santel will be facing off against Earl Caddock, and that should be a good one for light heavyweight action. And then we've got Thesz is facing off against Frank Gotch in our semi-main event. And then in the main event, of course, we have the NWC World's Heavyweight title being defended by champion Dick Shikat. And he will be defending against Strangler Ed Lewis, who won on card 4.11 for the right to face Shikat in the main event tonight. So this is the final card of Year 4 for the National Wrestling Commission. In Year 5, the following wrestlers will be debuting. Let me get that out here. Debuting in Year 5. We've got Al Costello of the Fabulous Kangaroos. No Roy Heffernan yet. Billy Varga will make his debut in Year 5. Buddy Rogers, a perennial championship contender. Bull Curry. Freddie Blassie, another big hitter. Gory Guerrero. The Great Togo. The French Angel, Maurice Tillet. And Crusher Steve Casey. So that should be an interesting year with some pretty big names debuting. So I'm eager to get there and to start rolling matches in Year 5. And without any further ado, let's get to our opening contest, which is going to see Bloody Buddy O'Brien face off against Paul Pons. And Buddy O'Brien is going to be in the red corner, Paul Pons in the blue. Pons is 5'2", 7'4". And we are rolling for initiative. And it looks like Buddy O'Brien going to take control of the match from the start. And O'Brien with a forearm uppercut. And that's going to daze Paul Pons. O'Brien follows it up by boxing Pons' ears. And that is an agility move. And they are tied, so that is going to work. Except that Pons is going to counter it. And now Paul Pons with a drive-down slam on Buddy O'Brien. He did not appreciate O'Brien trying to box his ears. That's going to hurt Buddy O'Brien. And Pons following up with a shoulder block as Buddy O'Brien gets to his feet. And that is going to put Buddy O'Brien down. And Paul Pons could end this quickly. Forearm lock twist. This is a choice D maneuver on Buddy O'Brien. And he will need, let's see here. He's going to go for the agility on choice D. That is going to work on 8 or better, and it's going to be a level 2 move. So he does indeed get it. And Buddy O'Brien rolling on level 2. And Buddy O'Brien taken down with the forearm lock twist by Paul Pons. And Pons not going to throw Buddy O'Brien out of the ring. Instead, he hits him with a shoulder block. But Buddy O'Brien able to move out of the way there. And Pons goes into the ropes. Not on the chart, but he missed the shoulder block and his momentum carried him into the ropes. And now, Buddy O'Brien with a forearm choke against the ropes. And Paul Pons is choked out, and now he's being pinned by Buddy O'Brien. He needs a 3 or better. And he gets it. And Buddy O'Brien continues his attack. And O'Brien beats him down in the corner as Paul Pons is trying to get up. And that is going to be a down. Paul Pons is not going to leave the ring. And bloody Buddy O'Brien for an object assault. This is an add 1, and it is a disqualification move. So he is rolling his DQ of 7. And he is not disqualified. So now Paul Pons rolling on level 3. And Pons rolling his pin again. He needs to roll 5 or better to kick out. And he does. So even though the foreign object attack was successful, it did not manage to put Pons down for the... There it is. We are back. I don't know why it keeps cutting in and out. Anyway, Buddy O'Brien throwing Paul Pons out of the ring. He's got a B. And this is a B5 out of the ring. As you get back in the ring, you take the opponent down with a leg whip. The official is frustrated by your lack of sportsmanship. Roll disqualification. If there's no disqualification, you continue the attack. Roll on level 3 offense. So Pons rolling a 5 DQ. And he is not disqualified. So Paul Pons continues on level 3. And Pons gonna throw Buddy O'Brien out of the ring. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And this is an A7. Let's see, consulting the chart. Paul Pons is going to let Buddy O'Brien back into the ring. And he rolls on level 2 offense. And Paul Pons now with a head-first headlock drive on Buddy O'Brien. And I picked up the dice like a dumbass. That is a level 3 move, so that's going to hurt Buddy O'Brien. And now Paul Pons, arm twist takedown. This is a choice A, so we're consulting the choice chart here. He could either throw him into the ropes from the arm twist, or he could do a... nah, he's not going to try the power move. He's going to throw him into the ropes. Buddy O'Brien has a C on the ropes, so that's a C7. Not a very good roll for Buddy O'Brien. You and the opponent break clean. As the opponent backs up, you step towards the opponent, and he grabs you with a quick fireman's carry. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. So Paul Pons on level 2 here. And Pons again with that arm twist. And that is another choice A maneuver. Let's see here. He's once again going to push Buddy O'Brien back into the ropes. And O'Brien with a C11. That is really crummy for O'Brien. You and the opponent tumble to the floor. Roll on the out of the ring chart. Maybe not. Buddy O'Brien has a very good out of the ring rating. A7. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense as they both get back into the ring with nothing much happening. And here we see a head-first headlock drive on Buddy O'Brien from Paul Pons, and that's going to hurt Buddy O'Brien. And Pons, once again, throwing O'Brien out of the ring. And that is a A7. And once again, Pons lets Buddy O'Brien re-enter the ring with no problem, and he is taking control on level 2. And a face lock and knee lift from Paul Pons. And this is going to hurt Buddy O'Brien. And O'Brien with a shoulder block. And Buddy O'Brien is hurt. Pons can't seem to get Buddy O'Brien down. And now a head-first headlock drive again on Buddy O'Brien. And O'Brien is hurt once again. Still can't get Buddy O'Brien down. And now Paul Pons with the drive down slam. And that is finally going to put Buddy O'Brien down, but they're too close to the ropes. And O'Brien is going to powder. O'Brien, an A9. And he takes the breather that he needs. And Paul Pons lets him back in the ring and is going to take control on level 2. Elbow to the head from Paul Pons on Buddy O'Brien. O'Brien is hurt in slam, but is unable to do it. Instead, he hits Buddy O'Brien with a fishhook suplex. And that's going to leave Buddy O'Brien down. Or hurt, excuse me. Buddy O'Brien is hurt. And now, Paul Pons with that face lock and knee lift one more time. This is going to hurt Buddy O'Brien. O'Brien just refuses to go down. He's got a lot of intestinal fortitude here, as Pons just continues to wail on him to no avail. And now Paul Pons with an elbow to the head, and that's going to hurt Buddy O'Brien. And Pons with another elbow to the head, and this one dazes Buddy O'Brien. Paul Pons climbing the ladder in the wrong direction as they go back up the card here. And now power lift slam from Paul Pons, and that's going to daze Buddy O'Brien. And Pons with an arm and neck lockup, and Buddy O'Brien able to slip out as he takes control of the match on level 1. O'Brien with a stomp on Paul Pons. This is a choice A maneuver, so he's got a choice of throwing or backing Paul Pons into the ropes, or based on power. Nope, definitely not going to do a power move. So this is going to be a ropes. Pons has a B ropes rating, and this is a B7. As they back into the are in the chat, gonna catch the replay after work. Excellent. Well, let me know how you like it. This one's been pretty good so far. Paul Pons has been taking it to Buddy O'Brien, but can't seem to finish him off here. And on the initiative roll, it's Buddy O'Brien. And Buddy O'Brien gonna throw Pons into the turnbuckle. And this is an A5 into the turnbuckle. As you and your opponent are tied up, you back into the corner. The referee orders a clean break, but your opponent takes a wild swing at your head. Luckily, you duck the shot and drive your opponent with a powerful double leg takedown. Roll on level 2 offense. So Paul Pons with that double leg gonna take back control of the match from Buddy O'Brien. And now he's got that face lock and knee lift. And that's going to daze, or nope, face lock and knee lift. That's going to be a pin for Buddy O'Brien. He needs a 5 or better. And he does not get it. And that is going to do it. Paul Pons with a face lock and knee lift has defeated Bloody Buddy O'Brien in O'Brien's debut. Let's get this match recorded, and then we will move on. Pons defeated O'Brien via face lock fatigue info. He has got 1. And Pons looks like he has 3. So let's see, that's a 2-star fight. To start us out. Not too shabby. And now we're on to women's action as Cora Livingston, former champion, is fighting against Minerva. Get Minerva's card from the binder. She does, out of top loaders, so I'm having to use a photo binder with pages for the cards here. And here is Minerva. And we saw Minerva on card 4.11, and she was pretty impressive in her challenge of NBBW World Women's Champion Mildred Burke. So even though she didn't win, she definitely took it to the champion. And let's see what she can do with Cora Livingston here. And here we go. Rolling for initiative. Minerva is going to be in the blue corner. Livingston in the red. And it's going to be Minerva taking control. And let's get these all set up here. And Minerva wants a test of strength. And she manages to grab the knuckles of Cora Livingston and wrench them. And Livingston is dazed. Minerva once again standing back up and going in for that test of strength again. And this time, Livingston, not having any of it, kicks her right in the gut to break the test of strength. And Livingston with an eye rake on Minerva. And Minerva is dazed by that eye rake. And we've got another eye rake. And Minerva manages to cover up her face before Livingston can poke those fingers in there. And taking control. And Minerva with a closed fist punch. This is a choice F maneuver. So let's see what happens on choice F. It's either going to be a level 2 move on the agility, which is the smarter of the choices here. So that's what we're going to see. It is going to be a 5 or less for this to work. And that did not work. Cora Livingston able to get out of the way of that closed fist punch. And go on the attack on her own. And Livingston with a hammer lock and roll on Minerva. And Minerva is hurt. And Livingston gonna back Minerva into the ropes. And Minerva with an A9. You and the opponent break clean. As the opponent backs up, you step towards the opponent, and she grabs you with a quick fireman's carry. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. So Livingston rolling on level 2 here. And Livingston with a hip roll. And this is a choice D. And this is going to be an agility move as well, as Minerva has a -4 power. So definitely don't want to try to match power with her. And this is going to work on rolls of 10 or better and will be a level 2 move. So 10 or better here. And that works. So Minerva rolling on level 2 defense here. And Minerva able to counter it. And now Minerva wants another test of strength, and Cora Livingston says no. Once again, boots her in the gut. And now Livingston with a headlock. And this is a power move, and that is not going to work. Minerva just powers right out of that headlock and takes control of the fight. Minerva going to back Livingston into the ropes once again. And this is going to be an A5 for Cora Livingston. You and the opponent are clinched near the ropes. You sidestep the opponent and use a quick leg sweep to take the opponent down. Roll on level 2 offense. So Livingston on level 2 here. And now Livingston going to back Minerva into the ropes. And Minerva with an A8. This is an initiative roll, so both competitors break clean as the referee asks for it. And they're rolling for initiative. And this is going to be won by Cora Livingston. And now Livingston going to back her into the ropes again. And this is a A6. This is an initiative roll once again. So these two ladies trying to play it clean here so far. And they tie. So the offensive level goes up 1. So now they're rolling for level 3 offense. And it's going to be Minerva taking over on level 3 offense. And Minerva, ragdoll and ragdoll shake and toss, choice E. And this is going to be the agility version. -1, so this is going to be a roll of 7 or less for this move to work. And it will be a level 3 move. And she gets it. So now Cora Livingston rolling on level 3. And she's rolling her pin after that ragdoll shake and toss. Cora Livingston needs a 3 or better to kick out. And she gets it. And Minerva. And Minerva with the body vice. This is a +1 finisher. She needs 5 or better to break free. And she gets it. And Minerva continues her attack. And Minerva pulls her back in, locks in that body vice one more time. So now she needs 6 or better. And she is just able to get it. As Minerva getting frustrated here. And in her frustration, she tosses Cora Livingston from the ring. And Livingston with a 2B. Let's see here, 2B. You and your opponent violently crash to the floor. Both wrestlers roll countout. If there is no countout, both wrestlers re-enter the ring. The wrestler with the better ring rating will take over on level 3 offense. If they are tied, which is the case, you take over on level 3 offense. So we're rolling countout here. Livingston needs to roll 6 or better, and she does. And now Minerva needs to roll 4 or better, and she does. And Cora Livingston is on the attack. And Livingston not going to try to toss Minerva out of the ring again. Instead, she's going to roll up. And she's got a hammer lock and roll on Minerva. And this is going to hurt Minerva. And now a kick to the gut on Minerva. And Minerva able to absorb that like nothing happened. And now goes on the attack. Minerva not going to back her into the ropes. She's going to try something else. There is a test of strength. But once again, Cora Livingston not going to lock up with Minerva. She already knows. She's just going to give Minerva a kick right to the gut even before she takes the hands. And Livingston on level 2 now. And Livingston with another kick to the gut. And this is going to hurt Minerva. Minerva stumbling backwards from that kick to the gut. And Livingston dives in with a double arm leg bar. And this is going to put Minerva down. And now Livingston trying anything, something. Half Nelson crotch hold. This is Cora Livingston's finisher. She's got a pin with the half Nelson crotch hold. This is a +1 finisher, so Minerva needs a 6 or better. And she gets it. As Cora Livingston continues the attack. Double arm leg bar once again. And that is not going to be as successful this time, as Blatt has seen it before. So Minerva able to manage to get out of it before it really does too much damage. And now a body block from Cora Livingston. And Minerva able to get out of the way. And Minerva on the attack here. And Minerva with a stranglehold. And this is going to daze Cora Livingston. And now, Minerva going to push Livingston back into the turnbuckle. And an A5 into the turnbuckle. As you and your opponent are tied up, you back into the corner. The referee orders a clean break. So here we go. We got Livingston on level 2. And Livingston gonna back Minerva into the ropes. And this is a 4A. The opponent backs away from the ropes. This gives you time to secure a devastating crotch lift and body slam. Roll on level 3 offense. So Minerva now on level 3. And Minerva with a hip and harness lift. And this is going to hurt Cora Livingston. And a front facelock takeover from Minerva. And this is going to leave Livingston hurt again. Minerva tries throwing that closed fist again. Let's see if it connects. This is a choice. What is it? Choice F? Choice F. And this is going to be an agility, so it's going to work on 5 or less. And it does not work, so Livingston takes control. And Livingston going to roll up. Not going to try to back her into the ropes. And Livingston rakes the eyes of Minerva. But Minerva is able to keep the fingers out of the eyes and takes control of the fight. Minerva with a stranglehold on Cora Livingston, and that's going to daze Cora Livingston. And now Minerva with a thumb to the eye, and this is an agility move, and Livingston definitely has the agility advantage. So Livingston able to get out of the way and attempt a hammerlock and roll on Minerva. And that's going to hurt Minerva. And now Livingston, another hammerlock and roll. And this time, it is former champion Cora Livingston is able to put away Minerva in our second match of the evening. Let's go ahead and record this. Livingston. Minerva. Yeah. Hammerlock and fatigue info. Livingston. She had 1, 2, 3, 4. And Minerva. She's 6'3", I believe. So she's got 3. That's 7 stars, so that's a 3.5-star bout from these two ladies. And now, we move on to tag team action as the Duseks, Emil and Ernie, with their brother and manager Rudy Dusek, are going to take on Stanislaus and Valdek Zbyszko in a tag team affair. Let's go ahead and put Rudy up here over here so that I can know that he's there, and we'll go ahead and get some more tokens. Emil Dusek is a 7-4. Ernie Dusek is a 6-3. I believe both of Zbyszkos are 5-2. They are indeed. 5-2 and 5-2. We've got the pin saves for both teams. And the Duseks have the distractor and the outside interference. So here we go. We're rolling to see which person starts the match for the red team. This Ernie will be evens, Emil will be odds. And it is Emil Dusek starting this match for his team. And on the blue corner, Stanislaus will be evens, Valdek will be odds. And it is Valdek Zbyszko. Or I mean Stanislaus Zbyszko. So there we go. Now let's roll for initiative. And it is the Zbyszkos starting this one out. And the Zbyszkos with a standing armbar on Emil Dusek. And Emil Dusek is dazed, and he is going to use his Duseks Don't Care special ability, which is instead of rolling a normal tag, you may roll a disqualification 4. If no DQ occurs, the Duseks make an illegal switch. So here we go, DQ 4. That is successful. And they managed to make the illegal switch off of a chaotic fracas in the ring. Ernie Dusek comes in on level 1. And Ernie Dusek with a shoulder block. This is a choice A maneuver. So this is going to be either into the ropes, which is a B, or a power move, which no. So he is going to back Stanislaus into the ropes. And Stanislaus rolls a B4. You and the opponent are clinched near the ropes. You sidestep the opponent and use a quick leg sweep. And roll on level 2 offense. So there we go. Stanislaus able to leg sweep Ernie Dusek and take control on level 2. And now Stanislaus with that flying mare. That is a level 3 move. And this has got Dusek down, and he's going to try that Dusek Don't Care illegal switch again. And it is successful. And now Emil Dusek comes in on level 1. And Emil Dusek with a back leg trip. This is an agility. And Emil Dusek does have the agility, so that does work. And Stanislaus is hurt. Stanislaus Zbyszko. And this is going to hurt Stanislaus. And Emil Dusek. I'm going to roll that again. I bungled it. Emil Dusek with a face ripper. And this is going to daze Stanislaus Zbyszko. And Emil Dusek, a headlock and eye gouge. And this has got Zbyszko dazed once again. And now Emil Dusek grabs the headlock once again and gouges the eyes. But this time, Stanislaus able to slip out and take control of the fight. And Stanislaus Zbyszko with a hammerlock. And once again, the Dusek's going to try their special. And that does it. They get disqualified. The Dusek's. The referee finally had enough of the Dusek's being the Dusek's and disqualified them. So your winners are the Zbyszko brothers. Let's get that all entered into the record book. And that was Stanislaus defeated Emil via DQ. And Ernie refused to feed info. Nobody has any fatigue. So that was a dud of a match. Let's see here. Let's actually record this. Neil 0. Ernie 0. And it's 0. Didn't even enter the ring. 0. And we're on to the light heavyweight contest of the evening. Santel will be facing off against Earl Caddock. Santel and Caddock are both been around in the National Wrestling Commission for quite some time. Fans will be familiar with them. Santel is the man responsible for teaching Thesz about hooking. So Santel is a dangerous man. Let's see, Santel is a 4-1. He is a 5-2. We are good to go. And let's roll for initiative. And it looks like Earl Caddock going to take the initiative. And Caddock going to back Santel into the ropes. And Santel is a B4 into the ropes. The opponent backs away from the ropes. This gives you time to secure a devastating crotch lift and body slam. Roll on level 3 offense. So Santel already on level 3 here. And Santel going to toss Earl Caddock out of the ring. And this is a C8. You fall out of the ring and land awkwardly, twisting your ankle on the floor. You crawl back into the ring. Add 1 to your pin rating. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Caddock adding 1. And Santel rolling on level 3. And there it is. Santel locks in the STF. That is a +2 finisher. So Earl Caddock gonna need 6 or better to keep himself from submitting. And he does not get it. And so in a very short match, Santel defeats Earl Caddock. Fatigue info. Santel has 1. Caddock. Let's see, he had 1 and then 2 from the thing. So that is going to be 2. So a 1-star match. A very nice win for Santel. Maybe he'll get to face William Muldoon in the future here. William Muldoon has been the light heavyweight champion for going on 3 or 4 years now. I can't remember which, but it's been a long time. And our next match is Thesz versus Frank Gotch. And Thesz is a 5'2". Frank Gotch is a 4'1". And let's roll for initiative and sound the bell. And it's going to be Gotch in the blue corner, getting the advantage off of the initial lockup. And Gotch with a waistlock takeover. And this is an agility move, and he does have the agility. And this is a level 3, so Thesz is hurt if he doesn't hit the Greco-Roman backdrop. This is a roll 2 dice on 10 through 12. Thesz blocks the opponent's move and hits the Greco-Roman backdrop. So let's roll the 2 dice. And, oh, it was so close. A 9. He doesn't do it, so Thesz is hurt. And now Frank Gotch with a crossface, and he bars the arm. And this is going to put Thesz down. Thesz is in trouble. He needs a 3 or better to keep himself from submitting to the armbar. And he gets it. As Gotch now on the attack here. And Frank Gotch with a half Nelson crotch hold slam on Thesz. And this is going to put Thesz down. And Frank Gotch grabs the half Nelson, picks him up again. This is going to be another crotch hold slam on Thesz. This one has some diminishing returns as Thesz knows what to expect and is able to get back up much quicker this time. And now Gotch going to back Thesz into the turnbuckle, where Thesz has an A rating. A6. This is the ducked punch. And he rolls on level 2 offense. So Thesz ducks that punch, hits a double leg on Frank Gotch. And here we see Thesz backing Gotch into the turnbuckle. And Gotch with an A7. And Gotch turns the tables as he backs Thesz into the turnbuckle. And Thesz with an A8. And as they back up, Gotch grabs a single leg takedown, takes him down, and is on level 2 offense. Headlock and trip from Frank Gotch. And this is going to put Thesz in a hurt situation. And Thesz blasted with a headbutt by Frank Gotch. And that's going to daze Thesz. And now Gotch trying to offer the handshake up to Thesz, but Thesz says absolutely not. And bats it away and takes control of the fight. And now Thesz gonna roll up, not gonna push him back into the turnbuckle. Thesz grabs a side headlock, and this is gonna daze Frank Gotch. And from the side headlock, Thesz going to try to take down to head scissors, and that is not going to work as Thesz has the agility advantage, and it's an agility move. So Gotch able to slip out. And now Gotch headbutts Thesz one more time, and once again, Thesz manages to counter and take control of the fight. And Thesz double leg pickup and slam, and this has got Frank Gotch dazed. And now a side headlock, and this is going to daze Gotch once again. And Thesz, a forearm shot off the lockup. And that's going to daze Frank Gotch. And Thesz grabs the side headlock again, but Frank Gotch was ready for it and is able to slip out the back. And Gotch with a headlock and trip of his own, trying to put Thesz down, and is not successful in doing so, but he does manage to trip him up and get him dazed. That was a 6. I bumped it with my hand. And this is a handshake and tackle. And once again, Thesz wants nothing to do with that handshake. And bats it out of the way and takes control. Thesz once again tries that side headlock and dazes Frank Gotch with it. Thesz tries to take him down with a head scissors, but is unsuccessful once again as Frank Gotch able to get out. And Gotch crossfaces Thesz and bars the arm, and Thesz is down. Frank Gotch grabs him with a half Nelson, picks him up with a crotch hold slam, and Thesz is down. Really pounding Thesz here into the mat. And here we've got Gotch with a reverse Nelson. This is an add 1 maneuver. And this is going to hurt Thesz. And now Frank Gotch with that Iowa backdrop. And this is going to hurt Thesz unless he rolls a 10, 11, or 12 here. And he definitely does not. So Thesz is hurt. And Gotch grabs that crossface again and bars the arm, taking Thesz down. But Thesz able to pull himself out. And as he stands up, Gotch going in with a headlock and trip. And that's going to hurt Thesz. And Thesz with another headlock and trip. And Thesz once again hurt. And now we've got Gotch backing Thesz into the turnbuckle. And this is going to be an A8. And Thesz taken down with an outside single leg by Frank Gotch. Gotch is on level 2. And Gotch gonna back him into the turnbuckle again. And that's a 5A. And he went to the well one too many times as Thesz able to nail him with a vicious double leg takedown out of the turnbuckle and take control of the fight. Thesz blasts him with a punch to the ribs, and that's going to hurt Frank Gotch. And now Thesz scoops him up with an airplane spin, spins him around and dumps him down, and Gotch is dizzy and hurt. And now Thesz gonna back him into the turnbuckle. And 3A. And Thesz picked up by Gotch as he slips behind him in the turnbuckle. And it's a beautiful waistlock throw from Frank Gotch on Thesz. Gotch on level 3 here. And gonna throw Thesz out of the ring. And B5 out of the ring. And Thesz is frustrated. As Thesz is coming back into the ring, he grabs Gotch by the leg and nails him with a leg whip. The referee is admonishing Thesz, who needs to roll his DQ of 4. And that does it. Thesz gets frustrated with Frank Gotch and gets himself disqualified as he attempts an unsportsmanlike leg whip on Frank Gotch. Another DQ victory. This one, Gotch defeated Thesz and DQ. says unsportsman. And fatigue in touch. None. Make that a 1-star match. And we move on to our main event of the evening. The champion, Dick Shikat, will be defending against former champion Ed Strangler Lewis. And Ed Lewis was the champion for quite a while, 2 years, I believe. He lost it to the Great Gamma, who held it for another year, and then lost it to Dick Shikat, who has been champion for, I believe, 8 months now. And so this is the first meeting of the former champion. Strangler at special will not come into play. And why is OBS being such a piece of crap tonight? Here we go. And they tie on the initiative roll, so we're going to move up to level 2 offense as they stare each other down. And it's Strangler Ed Lewis who takes control on level 2 offense after the stare down. And Ed Lewis with a grapevine and throw, and that's going to hurt Dick Shikat. And Ed Lewis goes back to the grapevine and throw, but this time Shikat able to roll through and take control of the... And now, Dick Shikat with a back heel trip, and this is a choice C maneuver. So let's go to our choice chart here. Choice C, back heel trip here. His agility is -1, his power is -2. So we're going to definitely do the agility. This will be a level 3 move on 5 or less. And he does not get it, so Strangler Lewis in control here. And Strangler Ed Lewis going to back Shikat into the turnbuckle. And this is an A8. And Lewis grabs Shikat with an outside single leg, takes him down as they back out of the corner. And Lewis on the attack here. And Strangler Ed Lewis, another grapevine and throw. And this is going to put Shikat down. This is a bad place to be with Strangler Ed Lewis. And Lewis grabs and locks him up in the step over toe hold. This is a choice F maneuver. And Shikat is -1 on both. So it's going to be a 5 or lower for a level 3 step over toe hold. And Lewis doesn't get it. So Shikat taking over. And Shikat with a double wrist lock. This is a choice F. And so this is going to be 5 or lower for a level 2 double wrist lock. And he doesn't get it. So now Lewis taking over. And Lewis with a jackknife arm scissors on Dick Shikat. And Shikat is down once again. And Strangler Ed Lewis locks on that Strangler's headlock. So he needs a 3 or better. Do not submit. He gets it. And Ed Lewis continues to wrench on that Strangler's headlock. 4 or better not to submit. And he does not get it. And that is it. Strangler Ed Lewis has won the NWC World's Heavyweight title from Dick Shikat. We'll go ahead and put him in the championship holder here. Sometimes these cards do not want a champion, as he manages to defeat Dick Shikat in a quick match with the Strangler's headlock. And you can be sure that that's going to be 1 again. You can be sure that Ed Lewis and Dick Shikat will meet again There is no rematch clause, but it is customary for the former champion to get a rematch at some point in the first couple of defenses. So here we see Lewis defeated Shikat via Strangler's headlock. And fatigue info. It looks like Lewis 0 and Shikat. It's 2. That was a 2-star match because we're going to give it an extra star for being a title fight. And there we go. Let's note that Ed Lewis won the NWC World's Heavyweight title. And there we go. Let's run down our event for the evening. In our first match, we had Paul Pons defeating Buddy O'Brien via a face lock and knee lift. In our second match, Cora Livingston defeated Minerva via hammerlock and roll. In our fourth match, Santel defeated Earl Caddock via SGF. In our semi-main event, Frank Gotch defeated Thesz via DQ when Thesz used unsportsmanlike conduct during the bout. And in our main event, Ed moved the National Wrestling Commission. That year took forever to go by. And that is going to do it for us for tonight. I will be back on Sunday to roll the first card of year 5, which will see some debuts. I've been dying to use Classy Freddy Blassie, so I'm probably going to bust out probably be at least one other debut on that card. So definitely stay tuned for that. That'll be on Sunday. So without further ado, you all have a good night, and I will see you on Sunday.